we stand together and demand that this country works for all of us rather than the few, we will transform America. And that is what this campaign is about. It's bringing people together.
That was from one of Bernie Sanders' campaign ads called Together, in which he promised to bring unity. The peace, love, and unity sounds good to millennials, but one student who was feeling the burn experienced firsthand how divisive and hateful the Sanders campaign actually was, and ended up wanting to make America great again. Her name is Jessica Dobrinsky, and she joins me now. Jessica, was there a moment when you realized this Sanders socialism wasn't for you?
It was actually quite a few moments for me. I started out as a feminist, and that movement kind of pushed me away, and it did also lead me to Bernie Sanders. Socialism really stuck on quickly. I didn't know much about capitalism. I still am learning about economics, and for someone who didn't know much about it, socialism sounded great. You know, you want equality for everyone, but that wasn't the way to do it.
So you said you were a feminist when you were a Bernie Sanders supporter. Was there something during the campaign that made you think, hey, wait a second, this isn't what feminism is all about?
Yeah, so I was a feminist for about 8 months, and Charlie Puth had released a song. He's a famous singer, and one of his lyrics from a song said, "I'll be there to save the day."
You know what? We actually have a clip of the song. Let's roll it.
Okay.
I'm only one call away. I'll be there to save the day.
All right, so you're listening to this song here, and you're a feminist, and then what happens?
So I really enjoyed the song, and I shared that on Twitter. I was very avid on Twitter as a feminist. And when I shared that, I got a lot of hate for it because supposedly the lyric that was, "I'll be there to save the day," was supporting the patriarchy and, fulfilling the male hierarchy in our...
Oh, so men can't swoop in and save the day.
Yeah,
That's, okay.
It was ridiculous. It was a love song. It was about a girl being swept off her feet, and that was
Right.
one of the defining moments for me.
And you got that from a lot of Sanders supporters. Was there ever a moment where you felt scared or in danger or anything like that? Because I know some of the Sanders crowd can be a little gnarly.
Absolutely. Because I was, in the Sanders crowd and a feminist, I surrounded myself with those kind of people. And around June of last year is when I finally broke away a little bit and secretly was, looking at Donald Trump, trying to figure out where on the political spectrum I really was. And so because of me being surrounded by these friends that were so far left, I really kept to myself. And because of that, out of fear, I didn't even vote for Donald Trump. It really did scare me so bad that I'd be judged and called a racist and all these terrible names that it really did leave a great impact on me.
So you were scared out of voting for Donald Trump, even though you wanted to. Did you ever feel harassed or anything like that, or nervous?
Yeah, so at the beginning of this year, I started, after the president won, I started supporting it publicly a lot more. I got a Trump T-shirt and was wearing it one day going home from class, and a truck with about 4 or 5 guys was in it and had a bunch of Bernie stickers on it, and they proceeded to yell F Trump at me and make very derogatory comments, and it really did scare me a lot, but I also knew that, what I was doing was for the right reasons, and I was once on that side, and clearly these things they were saying weren't true.
It's funny that you say that. I find the exact same thing when I'm out in some of these fringe left-wing crowds or with Sanders supporters. They're the ones who are oftentimes the most angry and the most aggressive. Well, listen, I don't really care what side of the political spectrum you end up on, but I'm glad you're following your heart, and it takes a lot of courage and conviction to do what you did. And again, thank you, Jessica, for coming on Wonder's World.
Thank you.